Can your partner have an OnlyFans account?
Hell no, she can't. Hell no, she can't.
I mean, look, wait. Time out.
Nah,
I'm gonna tell you why.
hold up. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause I make the money, she ain't gotta work.
It's true. But wait. But what if I could make a little bit more for us, for both of us?
If you get an OnlyFans, you're gonna be single.
You know what? Never mind. I'm married. I'm engaged.
You gotta hustle without him knowing, baby.
How would you feel if your partner had an OnlyFans account? What if your girlfriend went out and made an OnlyFans account and you didn't know about it? I know for sure if my girl had an OnlyFans account, it'd be over. But I'm going to stay unbiased. What you just saw was an interview from Izzy's Room podcast. Should your partner be able to have an OnlyFans account? Is that a deal breaker to you? So we're going to get right into this topic, right into this video. I'm going to try to stay as unbiased as I can. But what I will say is it comes down to compromise in a way. Now, if you met your girlfriend and you already knew she had an OnlyFans account, I don't really think you have any say in what she does at that point because you already knew. If you already knew that's what she does, that's what she contributes to, she already has an account, she sells pictures, feet pics, bathwater, whatever she's doing. If you already knew and you decided you wanted to hook up, at the end of the day, that's on you. But if she ended up asking you in the middle of the relationship, hey babe, is it okay if I make an OnlyFans account? Absolutely the hell not. That's for sure. That'd be my answer. But some people are okay with it. Some people are all right with their girlfriend making bank. I mean, you really got to think about it, like decentralize yourself from your emotions and the topic all in all, and think. If your girlfriend told you, honey, I could make $10,000 a month doing OnlyFans, how would you react? Like really think. We're talking Nobu every night, like she's paying. We're talking she's buying new car mods, the new kicks you want, whatever it is. Really think about it. Like, how would you feel? Would that have any dictation in what you would allow her to do? I mean, if she's making like $200-300, that's a whole different scenario. But if she's making $2,000 to $3,000, a week or even a month, that's a completely different scenario. So really ask yourself, would you really not want her to do it? Or is that just like your initial thought? What I'm going to say overarching, like I said, if you already knew going into the relationship, that's what she does. I think at that point, you've taken any control out of your own hands because you knew, hey, this is what you do and I'm still going to stay around for it. And now I feel uncomfortable with it. At that point, I don't think she really has to make any changes. That's just my personal opinion. But if she went behind your back and made an account, absolutely not. That to me is like cheating because you're still selling pictures of yourself, nudes, etc. You're still getting that type of validation. If so, she's going behind your back, automatically you need to cut that off in its tracks. I'm talking, don't even try. If she sold hundreds of nudes and stuff like that online already and she hasn't told you, cut that off in its tracks. But if she's coming to you like, hey, this is something I genuinely want to do, would you be okay with it? If both parties are consensual and the dude's cool with it and this is something she wants to do, I see no problem with it. I mean, overarching, yes, you're basically like a picture porn star. I mean, yeah, you're not doing videos, but you're still selling pictures of yourself. But at the end of the day, if you talk about it, I think that at that point, it's not for me. It's not something I would do, but I can't condemn others if you at least talk about it. What I will say, the thing you need to look at a little bit deeper is validation. Really ask yourself, why do people post pictures? Why do people go on Instagram and post pictures of themselves? Is it because they like the picture, or is it because they like the picture and also they want to see who likes it? That dopamine rush. They want to see, did that cute girl that I follow like the picture? Oh, she did. Maybe I should swipe up on the story. Everything kind of has to do with validation in some sort of way. And if she's selling pictures online, you got to keep in mind, she's still getting validation from other dudes. It doesn't matter how you chalk it up. She's still getting validation from other men. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, she's still going to have options. I want you to really think the difference of following someone on Instagram, to being subscribed to their account and having to pay a monthly subscription. That shows you're really infatuated, interested in this person. And if you're having all these dudes, I mean, I've seen it time and time again. People who just met online, we're talking guys and girls who met online, like she's doing OnlyFans or she's a Twitch streamer or whatever, and they end up hooking up with like random, their subscribers. It happens. Just know if she has guys subscribed to her, seeing lewd pictures of herself and videos, bathwater, whatever, I don't know, whatever she's into, whatever she sells out there, just know that that's still validation she's getting from other dudes and not you. And if she's getting validation from other people, that should be a red flag to you, because you should really think to yourself, if she's getting validation from hundreds of guys and they're paying her, that opens up options for her. She has a plan A, B, through Z, numbers and hieroglyphics, all sorts of stuff. She has options at the end of the day. It's different than someone just following you on Instagram. This is someone following you, paying you money to see pictures of yourself. I could not see a long-term relationship holding out like that. I really couldn't. If you met under those circumstances and you put that aside, you should really take a step back and think of the long run. Think of 10 years from now, when you want to have kids. Just think, those pictures of her being out there. And I'm not knocking anybody who does OnlyFans. I'm trying to be unbiased for men and women. I'm trying to give both sides of the coin. I am not knocking people who do OnlyFans. But what I will say is it's not something I would want around me if I was looking for a long-term partner. I mean, you really got to think about it. That's still other guys. She may not know them, but she may. She may not know who the profile is, but she might. You never know. You never know who's sliding in the DMs. That's still validation she's getting from other people. And I would really think about that in the long term of a relationship, is how long could that really last? And if I got asked the question like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do OnlyFans, is this something you'd be okay with? My first instinct is absolutely not. She would be single, I'd be single, I'd be free to do whatever I want. To me, it's no different than if I send some random girl a nude of myself on Instagram or Snapchat for a few bucks. Like, oh, cash at me $1. That's just crazy to me, the whole thought of it. I'm not knocking it because there's people in the porn industry, right? There's a lot of guys out there. You all watch that. You watch porn, which is terrible for your brain. But if you're watching that, how can you knock someone who does OnlyFans? I talked about this in another video. If you're going to knock something, you better at least not be contributing to it. Otherwise, you're being hypocritical. So at that point, what I will say, I don't think a relationship could last an extremely long amount of time. I think there'd always be some sort of thought in either of the party's head. And even for, men can have them too. And I know a lot of women would get jealous of that for sure. So really, I don't think it could, build a long-term relationship, but it could. Some people are perfectly okay with it. I mean, if you really ask yourself, hey, if I'm getting taken out to dinner every night, I'm not paying, she's making 5-10 grand a month, even 2 to 3 grand a month, she's making a living, how can I knock it? And that's why I'm saying I don't really knock people who do it, right? Like for everybody out there who does OnlyFans, feet finders, whatever it is. I talked to a dude, I did a street interview with a guy. He makes 2 grand. He said 1,500 a week, bro, off selling his feet pictures. This dude was a huge, 6'5" guy. And he's saying that, that's crazy to me, but he's making a living. I'm not going to knock those people, but it definitely makes me think in the long term, how could I possibly think of a long-term relationship with someone who's getting validation from literally a ton of other guys? And it could be switched, if the guy has an OnlyFans account, he's getting validation from all these women. Likes are validation, but you know what else is? Being paid. You see the comments some of these thirsty guys leave? That stuff is lewd, out of pocket. And part of being a content creator, if anybody out there is watching this, creates content, commenting back on people's comment boosts algorithm, all sorts of stuff. It creates engagement. So she may even have to do that to keep people, buying, to keep people interested. She may have to comment back to the creeps, that are leaving those messages. And that to me is crazy, because then you have people paying to see her and commenting, and she has to comment back to keep the flow of things going, to keep people engaged. And I don't know, man, the whole OnlyFans thing is just crazy to me. I don't think a long-term relationship could possibly last. I don't think you could build anything powerful and anything deep and meaning like that. But then you also got to think about actors. I mean, there's guys out there, George Janko from Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast. He's dating an actress, and Logan Paul asked him, hey, how do you feel that she kisses other guys on set? And George Janko said, hey, you know what? I know she has to do this for work. There's no emotional connection. At the end of the day, I have her. And a lot of guys answered that too on these street interviews. And that's definitely one way of looking at it, not a way I would particularly look at it. All I would say, underlying, if you know she has an OnlyFans account and then you decide you want to date her, you should know that you decided to go forward in the relationship. You went ahead and took that risk assessment and you decided, hey, this is a green light. So at the end of the day, you got to shoulder that burden. You did it to yourself, right? But if she comes up to you randomly in the middle of a relationship and this is something she wants to do, that's different. As long as both parties can agree that it's a no-go, or that they agree it's a green light, or even just compromise. I think if both parties just talk, then there's nothing per se wrong with it. But what I will say is if she goes behind your back and creates an account, that to me is basically on the same level as cheating. That's a red flag. That is what I think of, can your partner have an OnlyFans account? I would definitely say I wouldn't want my partner to, but if she's making like $5-6 grand a month, it's like that's a whole different equation. You got to process that. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to say no. For other people, that's fine. They could do their own thing. So I hope you guys like this video. Smash that thumbs up. Comment down below. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. And hit up Izzy's Room Podcast, the #1 dating podcast, on every single platform. We have millions of views on all of our different street interviews, hot topics, dating topics, etc. And yeah, catch y'all in another episode, video, whatever it is. Catch y'all in the room where it all goes down. Peace out.